Hey guys, welcome. In this video we're going to open Visual Studio. So I'm using Windows 8. I scroll over to the right and then click this tile that looks like a purple ribbon. Okay, we're going to load this, give it a second. So this is what it looks like. Now this loads much faster than previous versions of Visual Studio, I will tell you that. Okay, so what we're going to do is configure this environment here a little, in like several different ways. So one thing to be observed is that we have all of these windows. Okay, notice that you have tabs down here. You see when you click them, they bring up different stuff here. So you've got a class view, a team explorer, solution explorer. I'm going to show you something. What if you want to move things around? This is what you do. You place a cursor there and then you drag, and you see a little cross appears in the middle. When you hover your mouse over that area, it shows a blue highlighted area on the bottom. That tells you how this panel that I'm holding with the mouse will be displayed once it's placed. Okay. If I want to tab it with the middle document, you see how it shows a shadow of a tab across the top? Take a look and drop it. And you see now the Solution Explorer, Team Explorer, Class View, and Start Page, everything is tabbed in the main view. See? There you go. Okay, or you can pull that out, you see that? And if you want, you can drop it on the bottom, like that. There you go. If you want now, so you can tear that out, go back to the right side and drop it right there. Now we can move this divider and readjust the size, and you can do this with the other things. So you can pull that out. Okay, come over here. Notice this gives you a new little cross. So if you place it right here, we'll tab it with the previous one. So Solution Explorer, Team Explorer are tabbed as one now. Same thing with the class view. Drag that, place that right there in the middle, and now it's tabbed with the other two. See? So that's how you make these things tabbed. Okay, now also you have that little thing there, that little icon looks like a pen. If you click that, you'll see it will hide it for you. And then you can click on it, it will expand it. When you leave it and click off it, it goes away, you see? So that's if you have that, pointing to the left. If you pin it, then it's pinned to the window and you can resize it, but when you move off it with your mouse, it still stays on the screen. There you go. Alright, so here this is the start page. If you want to view that, you're going to go to view and start page. Now the next step is to make the fonts bigger so that we can see everything very clearly, and we are going to do that as follows. We'll go to tools and options. Okay. But to make that happen, we're going to first create a small project. I will not explain the code in this project. This is only to configure the environment. In the next video, we'll start explaining code. So click where it says New Project under Start here. Choose a console application under Visual C#. Make sure you have that chosen. Console application. Leave the other settings as they are. And click OK. There you go. So notice at first it might be quite small and difficult to see. So what we're going to do is change this. Okay. You're going to go to Tools and Options. And now, from this window, you see where it says Fonts and Colors. Okay, for the text editor, we can change that to say 16. Okay. And you can leave Consoles and click OK. And you see now it's much bigger and easier to see. Okay, what about the user interface? You may want to adjust those fonts also. So let's go to Tools and Options. And again, under Fonts and Colors, choose this drop down and then scroll down to Environment Font. Okay, and choose the one that I like, that looks nice. You see where it says Sego UI? Change that to say like an 11. Click OK. Notice that enlarges the font that you see in the user interface. Okay, so now everything is much bigger, hopefully, and easier to see, especially if you have eye trouble. Okay, now all I want you to do is type this code. I'm not explaining this code here. This is just so you can see some of the settings, okay, and how they should behave. In the next video, we're explaining actual code. So type this code that says var x equals 5, console.writeLine x, and then console.read. Alright, we have that. And now what I want you to do is hit build and build a solution. And you see the output, see that also has a font of its own. Okay, we want to make sure that's big enough for you to see. And go to debug and step into now. We'll use debug step into a lot of the time. Okay, and click on the tab that says locals. Okay, see that font there might be also a little difficult to see. It looks quite small. Okay, so this is what you will do. Go to tools and options, fonts and colors, expand this, go to the locals window, change that font to something like say 12. You can keep the Sega UI. Click OK. Click OK. Now this one here doesn't become active until you launch Visual Studio again. So let me click this off. Okay, go back here, scroll to the right, go to Visual Studio 2013, relaunch it, and this is really much faster than the previous versions. This is way faster. Okay, go to, and now click Resend. Okay, so everything should be nice and big and easy to read here. And now if you go to debug and step into, as you can see, that stuff here in the windows where it says X and args and the value and so on, as you can see, that's much bigger now. Okay, so this is basically tools, options, choose fonts and colors, among many other options here, obviously. And then from this drop down, you can set the font sizes to whatever you want. Okay. And display items, you select the text. I mean, the number of things that can be done is huge. But for our purposes, this is a good place to start. Okay? So that's it. Make sure you configure your environment to a way that suits you, to a way that allows you to see all of the code very clearly and easily so that you're not straining your eyes. And then in the next video, we'll write this code and explain it in detail. So thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.